Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. What up, Mothersuckers? Good to be here. Miss you guys. Haven't done a live since since what, Tuesday? Yeah, it's been a minute. Ruben Walls, he says, I'm no troll. I promise I'm just an upset American. Yeah, join the club, man. you have found your safe space. Relax. Get comfy. Because we're all upset Americans. Some of us, like DJ John T, what's up, all the way from Sweden, yeah. Some of us are angry, but not Americans. But it's the anger that binds us. It's the anger and the disappointment, the disapproval, the disillusionment. Is that a word? We're all disillusioned with the current administration, the current federal government, state government, depending on what state you're in. Yeah, we're all a little pissed off. So you found your people. I'm Jake. What up? What's up, everybody? Wheezy. All you guys, all the members in the house. Miss S66, I see you, young lady. I will get to you, Monica Foster. Space Truck and LLC. Justin Desroches. What's going on, everybody? All of you mothersuckers. Speaking of mothersuckers, you see the thumbnail that I used. It's from that movie Captain Phillips. And hold on, let me make sure my the volume's down here. Because have you guys heard of? It's got my Cash App in there. Do not forget, guys, this is 100% viewer funded. It's all you. There's no you, there's no me. Please hit that Cash App. They take a smaller chunk than YouTube, and I get the money right away. I don't have to wait. YouTube takes a big ass bite, and they make me wait. But there's a small, well, it used to be a small Italian island that, you know, probably chances are it was a fishing village or something like that. It had a population of 6,000. And notice I'm using had, past tense, because that's not the case anymore. Miss S66, she says she cannot Cash App anymore. Did you get kicked off? You rowdy everywhere you go, Miss S66. It was a village or an island in Italy, and it had Anthony Grayson. What's up, devil dog? Don't forget, Marine Corps, Department of the Navy. It's the Navy Department, Jericho. Anyway, so it's a small island in Italy. It had a population of 6,000. It used to be a small, tight-knit community, but now it's a refugee dump. Now it's an illegal alien dump site because there were, last I saw, 7,000. I'll try to find the most current information on it, but as of a few hours ago, there were 7,000 people who were dumped on this island, outnumbering the current population by 1,000 people. I don't know that there's a place on Earth that's equipped to deal with more than its own population in foreigners dumped on its shores overnight. It's a lot to deal with because cities, towns, whatever, are usually built, the infrastructure and stuff are usually built to support a certain population, not just double it overnight. There's nothing wrong with that. Just double the population and then some overnight. They'll be fine. So they're dealing with what America's dealing with. Now we're dealing with it on a larger scale. We're dealing with it a little more spread out. But this island, 6,000 people just bleh. Here you go. Here's 7,000 and counting. Don't close your doors yet, little Italian island, because we're still bringing them in. Mario Hernandez, but the Navy is a lower form of marine life. You must be a Marine. Jealousy. It's so easy to see. It's written all over your face. But it is the world's finest Navy. Usually Marines they're like, the Navy's like, we can't use you. The Marine Corps is like, there, we can use you over here. You want to get shot? It's all well and good. It's all jokes and stuff. We have a good time making fun of each other's brand. But when the shit hits the fan, we all come together. We all close ranks, so to speak. But man, is it fun. So today, we'll be talking about that poor little Italian village. That poor little Italian village, little island. Also, what? Maybe you guys can answer this for me. There's a lot of smart people in here. What the fuck is wrong with the mayor of Burbank, California? I'll leave it at that. What's wrong with him? Like the skit says in Warren G's first album, Regulate, there's something wrong with him. Because I saw him do something that, what's up, little Tyler? Now, hey, what you do in the privacy of your own home, I don't give a damn. And I would hope that you don't give a damn about what goes on in the privacy of my home. Because you know that whole privacy word. But some things need to stay in the privacy of your own home. Some things you don't need to see your quote unquote leader doing. What the mayor of Burbank did was some weird shit. He shouldn't have done it. And if the people of Burbank reelect this man, you're jackasses. What's going on, Chuck Miller? Mario Hernandez says, we're the only service allowed to protect your shit, Capitana. You guys wouldn't even get anywhere if it weren't for the Navy. We're the ones that give your ass a ride. They should paint the Navy ships yellow and make them short. Because that's what a Marine transport should look like. Short and yellow. There's the fighting over here. Yes, it is. Calm down. Stop licking the windows. UCMJ, Uncle Sam's, or USMC, Uncle Sam's misguided children. Stop licking the windows. Get your hand out of your pants. Get your hand out of your buddy's pants. Number one. Mr. Navy, what does Marine stand for? Dirt. Calm down, Marine. Calm down. Put your tongue back in your mouth. Marine stands for muscles are required, intelligence not essential. All right? Here's a fruit snack. Tighten your helmet. Shut up. And something that I hope to see more and more of. It looks like it's a guy who's not a stewardess because he's not a lady, a flight attendant. And this guy's having a discussion that turns into an argument with a passenger that looks non-binary. And how can you tell that she looks non-binary? Well, she looks like a little boy. The people who always claim to be non-binary always look like one of the binary groups. I knew a couple of these non-binary people. They look like 12-year-old boys. They look like any day now puberty's going to kick off. Any day, maybe in the next week or so, they're going to wake up sounding like, oh, good morning, Mom. And they're going to get little pimples on their face, maybe a couple whiskers up here. Oh, I'm grown. Why do you always look like little boys? Well, this is what this lady looks like. And she takes umbrage with the fact that this man refers to her as a woman. She even says, talk to me man to man. Get the fuck out of here. I can't talk to you man to man because I'm the only man here. Dank Buds, that's right, I'm back. How's Santa Cruz, dude? Oh. Dank Buds is in Santa Cruz, California. And if you don't know anything about Santa Cruz, California, yes, they filmed Lost Boys there. That's not the point. Santa Cruz, California is one of California's filthy, patchouli oil, granola-headed dirt fucker. Actually, Black Lives Matter, upspeak, inequity, it's inequality, equity, progressiveness, all diversity is our strength. It's one of California's many distribution centers. This is where they somebody's in there, oh dude, pulling the switch, and the machine is cranking out on a conveyor belt these people, and they hop off of the assembly line with their beanie back here on their head, a deep V-neck t-shirt. Do you guys want to talk about climate change? This is Santa Cruz is one of the main distribution centers, one of the main hubs, if you will. The crazy Californians, the tree huggers, the bleeding hearts. Santa Cruz is one of the main California distribution centers. And the sad thing is, Top G Network, welcome. The sad thing is, these creatures that they produce don't stay inside the borders of California. And if you're not careful, they will come to where you live and turn where you live into a California satellite office like they did to San Antonio. J954, what's up, man? He says, so Santa Cruz is California's Portland, Oregon. Not quite. There are parts that are filthy. You got the homeless and shit, but not the widespread filth of your Portland, Oregon. But don't count Santa Cruz out. Dude, hey, hold on, bro. I can be fucked up too, dude. Do not count Santa Cruz out. Don't. You would be a fool to. Santa Cruz has been a hippie stronghold for decades. So yeah. Anyway, that's a little bit about where Dank Buds is from. Top G Network, yeah. Kamala the Uganda Nightmare is still doing whatever it is she does. Somebody tell me what she does every day. No, you can't say picks silver cotton candy out of her teeth and does weird stuff with old dicks. We already know that. You can't say that she stands on top of the highest mountain that she's near and cackles at the moon every night. We already know that she does that. But like her day-to-day, she wakes up, does a very awkward show of affection with Doug Emhoff. They go their separate ways for the day. I'm sure he's probably has a whole separate life with some dude across town. And they go their separate ways. So what does she do? She's in the car. If it's anything like the TV show we've seen, there's somebody in there with an iPad. Oh, good morning, Madam Vice President. You're going here, here, and here. You're going to read at an elementary school, some shit like that. Like, what does she do? How does she fill her time? I imagine Kamala's day is full of like the same activities of like a house cat. She probably lays on her back a lot and like plays with yarn balls and shit, or some kind of balls, somebody's balls. Probably drinks from a dish, lays in the window in the sun. Like, what the fuck does she do? Because she's and these are the These are the biggest air quotes I've ever used in my life, people. So don't take your eyes off the screen. This is big for me. She is the so-called border czar. Ooh, that air quotes are so big, I gotta give my fingers a rest. She's so-called border czar, wink, wink. But she's never been to the border. Lucy, you will have a lot of splaining to do, Lucy. Lucy, explain that. Explain to me what Kamala does every fucking day, man. Sarah Jane says nothing. Sarah, I know how you would think that, because anytime we do, there is a Kamala sighting, I feel like it should be like, thank you for tuning in. Today, we've had another Kamala Harris sighting. It wasn't at anything official. She was at a hip-hop party she was throwing in our backyard, and that was a Kamala sighting. Because, we don't see her a lot, but when we do, she's saying something that is unimportant, and if it's not unimportant, it's a lie. TS says, close the border, no more immigration. TS, if we only had a border czar whose job it was to close the border, it would probably be closed. But we don't see. No, wait a minute. My bad, TS. We do have a border czar. It's just that she can't be bothered to go to the fucking border. Make that make sense. You're the head chef of a restaurant, but you've never been in the kitchen. You're the head physician of a hospital, but you never made it into the hospital. Anyway, that's who we're stuck with. That's who we got. Worst VP. Oh, Oscar Gonzalez, thank you, man. He says she's also the artificial intelligence czar. Well, no wonder she's never been to the border. She's still trying to figure out what artificial intelligence is. Is that why she's never been there? Again, DEG, exactly. You're the mailman, but you never made it to the damn post office. You got your satchel, but there's nothing in it. So are you a mailman if you've never delivered mail? If that's the case, we can just call ourselves whatever. Call what was your, maybe you didn't get your dream job when you were 8 years old. What are you, a princess now? Call yourself a princess. Fellas, what are you? You're an FBI agent, a ninja? Just call yourself that. You've never been to the dojo. You've never been to Langley. You've probably never been to a castle, ladies, but you're a princess now. Just call yourself that. Since we're just slapping labels on people that don't do shit, they don't do anything that pertains to the label that's been slapped upon them. Enough of that bullshit. Let's get to the people that matter. Huh? Miss S66, thank you for the Hamilton. Thank you for the £9.99, me lady. Happy Friday, Jericho and Green Nation. You damn right. You damn right. Happy Friday to you all. I hope this Friday means something to you. I hope this Friday is a real Friday. Like you don't have work tomorrow. Uh-huh. Sounds good. So what is this? Sonny Singh. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your generosity. He says, can you say hi to Jasmine in your Chinese accent, JG? Of course I can. Now, check this out. It's Friday. Okay, so I'm in a good mood. I'm not going to have anybody executed on the steps of my palace. But I do want to say hi to you, Jasmine. Hi. Bye. That's it from the Chinese president. Xi Jinping. There was a time when some late night comedy sketch show would have fun with a Chinese president named Xi Jinping. Not anymore. Those days gone. Paula Sturgis. Thank you for the $4.99, young lady, for the super sticker. Any relation to the people who founded Sturgis, South Dakota? Isn't that where that is? Is there another S in that? Paula. But I do know that I'm appreciative. Thank you. Thank you, miss. That is that is crazy that you would make somebody who is artificially intelligent the head or the czar of artificial intelligence. You can't make this shit up. If you got a room full of Hollywood pervert writers and said, if you don't write the greatest whatever, like the most ironic statement, if you don't write a story where the last person on earth to be in charge of something is in charge of it, we're going to take away your addiction to oxygen. I think that's the best way I could say it on YouTube. If you did that to them, they couldn't do it. They couldn't write this. They couldn't write the artificial intelligence czar being artificially intelligent, and they could not write the border czar never having made it to the border. They can't. I can't. Lorianne, what up? John DiRemo. Hi, Jericho from Canada. What's up, eh? What are you doing up there, you hoser? Cheyenne Maxwell. Xi Jinping sounds like Asian porn. It wasn't nice, and I shouldn't have laughed at that. I apologize to you, Xi Jinping. Don't say that, Oscar. He says we're doomed. Don't say that, man. We can't give up. We can't. If we give up, they win. Imagine stepping aside at the palace gates and saying, go ahead, weirdos, you win. Oh, no way. Bob KMIT, that sounds weird, but what's up, sailor? Why don't you come up and see me sometime? 2011 war child. Don't you yell things like that at me. I was a sailor in the world's finest navy. I am not, nor have I ever been a squeed. And if I may ask, 2011 war child, what branch were you in? So we can, make this fair. Angela Chung, how are you, miss? She says you must vote to fight for this country. Remember that. Yes, we can't give up. We are the last line of defense. We are the buffer between their world and our world. And if we give up, we're overrun. Their world becomes our world. Their world sucks. Their world is dangerous. Their world is perverted. I don't want that. Our world is dangerous and perverted enough. We don't want their level of danger and perversion. Their level of danger and perversion is if the Purge had sex with Mad Max and they had this dystopian baby that couldn't find gasoline anywhere. That's what their world is like. There's no more you raising their children. They're going to raise your children because your children are their children. They're our children. Didn't Sloppy Joe and Kamala say that? They're our children. They're the community's children. No, they're not. Because I don't know everybody in this community and in this country, so you don't get access to my child. I don't see on the deed to my house, it doesn't say my name, my wife's name, and then the country, the community. Every bill that comes in here, I don't see your guys' name on it. So that would be my children, my responsibility, my rules, my beliefs pumped into their little tiny heads, because the world is going to do their best to pump their little tiny heads full of their bullshit. And my shit is way better than your shit. I'm teaching them self-reliance, work ethic, self-respect, self-value, self-worth. Teaching them how to work. I'm teaching them how to survive. I'm teaching them how to be a good citizen. I want to put some whiny communist prick out in the world for you all to deal with. Could you imagine if the state just took your child at like 2 years old and had them? And just had them until they were 18. What kind of blue-haired, obese, non-binary, freak nasty. Yo, no, it's fine. I'm 5 years old. I can give consent. Kind of weirdo blob monster would they return to you? Ew! Get away from me, freak. DJ John T is right. Hit the like button, people. Let's take charge. Tell YouTube what you want, what you like. Right? DJ John T, speaking of, thank you, man. Appreciate that. All international and shit. Oscar Gonzalez. Thank you, Oscar. He says, you're right, Jericho. We won't give up. Thank you. I sure hope not. I'm sure going to fight for this bitch. For this 200-some-year-old bitch. I'm going to fight for it because I don't want to go anywhere else. Yeah, there are nice places to visit. Oh, the people here are so nice. Yeah, that's great. The beach is beautiful. The landscape, the food. Oh, molto bene. I get all that. But on the day-to-day, when that I'm a tourist wears off and you're living under their rules and regulations, I can't do this. I can't do that. The government can do what? Nah. Coming right back here. Thank you very much. 2011 War Child, I thank you as well. Good looking out. 2011 War Child. Thanks for the Hamilton. And if you're new here, the reason I say Hamilton is because Hamilton was or is the president on the $10 bill. He says, I was a sailor too, back when men were men and red light districts were scared. Thanks for standing watching, Cali. Man, let me tell you something, 2011 War Child. If you've been underway overseas, everything you just said was right. And we'll leave it at that because kids are watching. But thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Shipwreck. Leonard S. What up, man? Thank you, Leonard S. He says there used to be, quote, investigative journalists. What? Who could study the border, but that is non-existent today. I've said it many times, man. The watchdog has become the lapdog. The media, the mainstream media, these investigative journalists that you speak of, Leonard S., they would be a mean dog patrolling back and forth in the front yard of America, the front yard of the middle class. You're not getting past that mean. That's a JYD. That's a junkyard dog. We come home every night. We walk in the gate in the yard. We pet him on the head. Come here, boy. Tell me what you learned today. Tell me who you were keeping an eye on. Tell me what those bastards in D.C. are really up to. They tell us. They give us all the well, hold on. I'm looking for the cheese man. We get all the fucking cheese man. They let us know what the hell's been going on. Somehow, some way, these selected officials, these politicians, and of course, the mainstream media, that doesn't mean just the news. That means Hollywood, our entertainment. You would see movies and TV shows poking fun at the administration, no matter who it was, kind of making light of whatever their scandal was. You don't see that anymore because some one day the mainstream media and whatnot must have been coming by and giving treats to these investigative journalists because one day the investigative journalists has hopped the fence and went home with them. Now they're all in the same camp. It's us versus them. And they couldn't wait to drag Trump over the coals just for saying the media's fake. You're the enemy of the people. You have Biden's administration now telling the media what they should and shouldn't report about when it comes to his troubles, his crack smoking son, and his business dealings around the world with China and Ukraine. Ukraine sound familiar to anybody? Pick your wallet up. America's a little bit lighter. That's because of Ukraine. They're telling the media what they should and shouldn't report about. Be careful of this. Maybe you shouldn't talk about that. If Trump did that, man, you already know. You already know. Comrade Honker. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sending love, luck, and some green from Ireland. I don't get to catch you live most times due to the 8-hour time difference. We are under attack here, but the tide is turning. Keep fighting, America. Thank you very much, comrade. And that is very true. We're focused on ourselves. We're focused on what's going on here in America because it's our country and it affects us first. And that's very true. We should be focused on that. We should be more vigilant than ever. But we cannot forget that there are other people rooting for us. There are other countries in our bleachers, in the home team's bleachers, in the stands, rooting for us. Because if we lose it, we trip up, we drop the ball, whatever other sports references you want to throw in there, we're not the only ones who are going to suffer. We've already exported a bunch of this leftist woke garbage, this chest-feeding, birthing person, non-binary vomit, rainbow-colored vomit, shit diarrhea. We've already dumped it on other parts of the world. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Our bad. But it's not even us. That's another thing. And I think that the rest of the world knows this, but it's not us. It's not the everyday American people. It's not those of us who get up and go to work, whether it be for ourselves or somebody else. It's not those of us, the overwhelming majority of the American people who work in the private sector. Not these lifelong politicians that are trust fund babies. They go from suckling from their rich parents' teat to suckling from the federal government's teat. Most Americans work. Their policies and the shit that they're exporting to the rest of the world, we don't believe in that shit here. We don't believe in that. Drag queens? Stuff, man. If that drag queen comes within 100 feet of my child, we are going to have a problem. Because that dude is a pervert, guaranteed. But Jericho, you can't judge a book by its cover. If the book has a dildo hanging off the front, yes, I can. I should have said dildo. That was disgusting. But Muhammad, you are not disgusting. Thank you for the 10-pound super stick. Flowers, mama. Thank you, dear. Hold on, something caught my eye. I was like, wait a minute. What? What is this? Oh, what is this I've seen? Will Parker says I paid $239 for premium during Trump. When I glanced at it, I thought you were saying I thought you was going to say you paid like $239 like yesterday somewhere. You found a gas station. Like, what the fuck are you? And how do I get there? J954, 414 down here in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale. That's disgusting. You know better than I do, those of you who live east of California, those of you who you normally don't pay a lot for gas. I know you guys are freaking out. But even to see that from here, I got gas yesterday and I paid $5.67 a gallon, bitch. You want some real problems at the pump? I paid $5.67 for gas yesterday. So I feel you. But when it's high like that, over $4 in a place like Florida, I know you guys are mad as shit. Yeah. Try coming out here and buying gas in California. It is not for the faint of heart. Flowers Mama, thank you for the Hamilton. She says, JG, did you watch Trump's interview with Megyn Kelly? To be honest, disappointed. His ego seems to be his own worst enemy, in my opinion. I haven't seen the whole thing. I want to. I did see a clip where she was talking to him about the power that he gave Fauci and how he treated Anthony Fauci during his administration. I've had conflicting information. She says that it was one thing, but I've also seen clips of Fauci when Biden got into office. He was talking about how free he was to give information and say what he wanted to say. So that makes me think that maybe Trump wasn't giving him the power and the free will, the free reign that we thought he did. I don't know, but yeah, the way he answered that question. But that's Trump. That's the other side of the double-edged sword of Trump. He's been a billionaire, going back to when we were all knee-high to a grasshopper, and nobody tells him no. He gets what he wants. He's the boss, and sometimes that could come off as a bit arrogant. But his policies are what we have to focus on. We cannot allow, and it's human nature. You hear somebody talk like that, you hear somebody say something that's brash or off-putting, you're going to react to it. But let's try to stay focused on his policies and the good things that he did for Americans. But I will say that kind of talk and that kind of off-putting language, the people that's really going to affect negatively are the people who are on the fence. They're going to be like, ugh, I don't know. They don't like to hear that shit. So I think those are the people who he really needs to clean that shit up for, because it's going to benefit us all when he's reelected. That rising tide will definitely lift all boats. So we definitely need him in the White House. Mike Herrera, I knew it wouldn't be long until you came in here and said some crazy shit like this. He says, Seahawks! Aren't you guys 0-1? Get out of here with that shit. I can't stand those sea bitches. We're going to smack the living shit out of the sea bitches when we play them twice this year. I can't wait. I got a bet going with one of the barbers in the barbershop that I take my son to. He said, I bet him if the Niners sweep the sea bitches this year, he's going to give my son 2 free haircuts. Sounds good to me. Save me some damn money, right? Because a haircut is not what you would file under cheap. A954, thank you for the 223. It says better to die on your feet than live on your knees. You damn right. Kamala Harris is like, well, I don't know about that. I spent a lot of time on my knees. This is great. Jasmine Jammy, I thank you. She says, can you tell Sonny in an Indian accent to stop poking? Of course I will. Sonny, what? What? Stop poking her. What? There you go. Oh, that was sufficient. DJ John T. Thanks, man. DJ John T, appreciate it. He says China is behind all the BS happening in America, but it's only because we're letting them. How do we let China push us around? I wish we had somebody in the Oval Office who wouldn't let. Oh yeah, we had that guy already, didn't we? And this goes beyond Trump. I don't know how far back this goes, and I can't even blame the president for this. And I've said it before, and damn it, I'll say it again until it stops. Why in the hell do we allow China, or really any other foreign country, even if they're an ally, why would we allow a foreign country to own property in our country? If you're a foreigner and you come to this country and you become a citizen and you want to buy whatever the fuck you want to buy a house, you want to buy an outhouse or a skyscraper, you're an American citizen, go for it. But to allow some foreign country, like the Pakistani government owns the Roosevelt Hotel. Saudi Arabia owns fields in America to produce alfalfa to send back to Saudi Arabia to feed their livestock. And the reason they can't do it in Saudi Arabia is because it's illegal to use that much water. Why the fuck would we let Saudi Arabia own a taco stand in America? I wouldn't let them own a square inch of U.S. soil. That is weird and stupid. Why would you allow that? Why would you let our number one enemy in the world own property, own square miles and multiple blocks of a city and buildings? What is wrong with you? I'm not going to let my enemy rent a room in my house. I can't sleep too good knowing that. What the hell? That is so dumb. But they're so smart. They go to Harvard and Yale and Princeton, and they have the degrees hanging up in their office, and look at their nice suits, and they have limousines and people with earpieces around them that keep them safe. They're so intelligent. No, they're not. They are dumb as shit, because only a dummy would do that. Only a dummy would go around the world, hat in hand, tail between their legs, begging these countries that hate us, talk shit about us, and walk up to us and smack us on the back and leave notes that say, kick me on our back, and ask them for oil. That is retarded. You don't own nothing. I'm not asking you for shit. You will ask me. You will come before me and bow before my throne and ask me for help. Ask me for a couple of drops of oil for you and your little shitty country. Not the other way around. We're coming up from under the table. Oh, was that good, Venezuela? Can we get some oil? What? Are you out of your damn mind? They sure are. Mental medalist wife. Look at her all alone in the Twomsky Club. Thank you, miss. She says, let's just hope our vote matters this time. It has to. I don't want to see this country if it doesn't. People aren't going to put up with that shit. They're not going to do that. It's weird. David Stoddard, are you from London? He says London can lick the saltiest part of my sack. You must live there to have that kind of disdain for a country. They must have done you dirty. I get it. I get it. Sometimes our countries do stupid shit. Our leaders say stupid shit, and they drag us right along with them. Like I mentioned before, we don't agree with a lot of these policies and shit. We don't think we should be around the world telling people what to do, trying to install democracy. What does that shit even mean? And that works really well. We installed the shit out of some democracy in the Middle East. How long were we fucking around in that sandbox? Boy, we sure installed a whole bunch of democracy there. You can see it as far as the eye can see. Look at all those voting booths. Man, please stop that shit. Stop. Let's clean up our own shit. We are in no shape. We are in no condition to be telling the rest of the world shit when we keep handing over months like they're going out of style to the fucking alphabet soup group. Here you go. You want June, you want August, you want October? Hold on, we'll give it all to you. Just give us time. You guys like celebrating Christmas and decorating the house? Fathers, you like climbing up on the roof and taking your life into your own hands so you can have a decorated house? Putting up the Christmas tree, crawling under that Christmas tree, fellas, and having your wife step back a few feet so you have the tree nice and straight before you secure it to the tree stand. Christmas shopping. The happiness on your children's face when they come running in there way too early in the morning. The music, the food, the family, the feeling in the air of Christmas. Enjoy it because they're coming after that too. And once they get July, that's it. Jericho, what do you mean August? Well, in California, August is the Ku Klux Trans History Month. You think the borders of California can contain that much bullshit? You think the borders of California can hold back that torrent of filth? Oh, no. It's coming to you too. Because these other states, they don't want to be the last ones to jump on Ku Klux Trans Heritage Month. I don't want to be a transphobic asshole. Transphobic asshole. You don't want to be that. So you got to let that shit happen in your city too, in your state. You think that sloppy piece of microwave dog shit in Illinois is going to sit on his hands? He probably would as long as both of his thumbs were up his ass. But do you think he's going to sit on his hands and not jump on this? You think New York's not going to jump on this as the state is drowning in illegals? You think they're not going to jump on this to distract from that so they don't get called a transphobic city? Shit. These people are knucking futs, man. They are nuttier than squirrel shit. And they're dragging us down with them. DJ John T, thank you again. He says, I remember when Made in America meant something. I remember when Made in America was something. When we made shit in America. What do we make now in America? Fucking wood pellet ovens by the Amish in Pennsylvania? Oh, boy. John Lamas, thank you. He says, your bar looks empty. Need illegals to pack the joint. Join late. Sorry if you explained the background. Ready for all the Mex flags this weekend. I didn't explain the bar. It's just a classy little background. I can be classy too. I just like the way it looked. Yeah, that's right. You got Mexican independence this weekend. The real Mexican independence, not Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is just, guacamole and Corona. But September 16th, yeah, that's the authentic Mexican independence. And you know what? If the people celebrating if all of them are American citizens, I really don't care. If you or your family comes from another country, but you're here legally and you want to celebrate the independence of that country, that's cool. But what I don't like are people who aren't here legally, who are illegal, and then you celebrate. Like, that's just different. Am I being weird? If I am, I don't care. I'm used to being weird. But it's just different if you're here illegally and if you're here, if you're a legal citizen of America, you're celebrating the independence of your home country. If you're here illegally, you're almost like you're disrespecting. And if you still hold your home country in high regard, if you're still burning a candle for your home country, but you're here illegally, then fucking go home. Like if I was King Jericho and I could prove that you're illegal and you're out here running around wrapped up in flags and all that kind of shit, I would wrap you up in that flag. I'd wrap you up tight, put you in the mail, and send you back to where you come from. Send you back to Mexico. Since you want to celebrate the independence so bad, go ahead. Now, if you're an American citizen, I couldn't do that, right? Since you're not, you're going home. I don't know. Say what you will, but that kind of shit bothers me. If you're here illegally, celebrating. If you're here illegally, your ass needs to be quiet. You need to be illegals. To me, are like O.J. Simpson. You both did something illegal, and you're both out here living like you didn't. You're both out here being loud as shit, talking about stuff, giving your opinion on things, and you ain't even supposed to be here. You know you're supposed to be serving double life. Orenthal James Simpson. You know you should be on a hot bus back to the U.S.-Mexico border. Illegal. So you both need to drink a tall glass of shut the fuck up and get in the shadows. We shouldn't even know you're here. But Mr. Comic 2009, we know you're here. We're glad you're here. Mr. Comic 2009, I thank you very much. He says, why does China get a free pass on the COVID leak? Great question. And I think we know why, because our politicians are marionettes and China has their hand jammed completely up their ass to the elbow, manipulating their mouth. That goes for our politicians. That goes for our entertainers. It goes for our athletes. You know, LeBronica James ain't going to say shit until he gets the green light from China, until that red Batman phone in his living room flashes and he picks it up and it's China on the other end telling him, LeBron, it's okay. You can talk about this, but only this. No thoughts of your own, you idiot. Oh, okay, China. China gets a free pass on that, even though you infected the world, you communist bastards. They get a free pass on climate change. You and India are the two filthiest countries on earth. And they don't say shit to you guys about poisoning the earth. The world is a big community pool, and China and India are on the other end of the pool taking ropey shits in the water. And you're down at this end of the pool telling America and the rest of the Western world you need to treat Mother Earth better. They're taking radioactive glow-in-the-dark shits in the water. Just all kinds of shit leaking into the ground in China. And you guys are quiet as a dead church mouse. You ain't saying shit to China. What are you afraid of? Fucking China. Custom Apparel Kicks LLC. It Man is beating Americans bad. It doesn't have to be that way, though. It wasn't that way at one point. And it could change again. We could go back to those times. We just need somebody, what's his name? Tall, orange, blonde hair. You know who I'm talking about. Halfpenny Link, I thank you. When is your Netflix stand-up special? I'm waiting. Hey, wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? That'd be fun. I think I could put together an hour. I do it all the time. That'd be cool. I've never actually tried stand-up before. I'm afraid of rejection. Tammy Roseberry, God bless Jericho. Mods chat, have a blessing-filled weekend. You too. You too. Hope you wake up to the smell of fresh pancakes this weekend. Bam Bam Bigelow. Jericho is not black enough for Netflix. I'm probably not. I probably got to do a couple movies in a dress. And I have to blame white people. I have to do a total makeover. Just like they did Biden's face. Because I'm not a big enough victim. I need to work on that. I need to fine tune my victimhood, and maybe. Thanks, Rex Rocker. Appreciate that. Jason Schmidt. Jericho needs a dress and a permanent AOC accent. Then they love me. All right. You've proven an ability to emasculate yourself. We will accept you. Now, the only thing you have to do is go to this party, show up at this address. Hope you like goat's blood. And they're going to take pictures of you doing some freaky shit with a bunch of dudes. So that way they can always keep you at their heel. Come here. Come here, entertainer of color. That's what Hillary said, right? Come to heel. Don't talk bad about her. She's an angel. She is an angel. Not angel. You know, that's how we say angel, but for some reason, when they sing it in a song, they say angel. That's what she is. She is an angel on earth. So, speaking of these clowns, let's check in on the mayor of Burbank, California, because I'm not sure what he's smoking, but he's not sharing with anybody. He's obviously smoking it all. I mean, and as a man, I would never, again, inside of your home, your bedroom, probably some freaky shit going on for a bunch of people. I mean, if he did this in the confines of his bedroom, it wouldn't register too high on the freaky meter. You know, little ass slap, huh? Nothing wrong getting that ass spanked a little bit, right? But there is something wrong with you getting your ass spanked at work in front of everybody. That could be a bit problematic. It's all about location, right? If this guy's inside of his bedroom and he's bent over and his wife smacks that ass, hey, that was just a good night, right? You're probably going to both end up laying next to each other going, right? That's a good night. Any night that you end up laying next to your significant other, breathing like that, looking up at the ceiling, replaying what freaky shit you just did, balls empty, that's a win, player. But if you do the same thing that he did in front of everybody, well, now you're just a cuck. You're a bitch. And you probably don't have possession of your testicles. They're probably on top of your woman's refrigerator next to the snacks that you can't eat unless you ask her first. What a fucking bitch this guy is. I would never. Look at this shit. Just what a bitch, beta, cuck, pussy you are. Watch this. He looks like one. Look at his mannerisms. What? And that was an event for people 15 and up. That is the mayor of the city of Burbank. If Burbank sounds familiar to you, it's the place where every TV show has been filmed. There are movie studios. 99% of the movies we watch come from Burbank, California. That's where Warner Brothers, Sony, that's where they have their lots with the big set pieces and stuff. And they film TVs and movies there. That's Burbank, California. I guarantee you've watched a movie or a TV show or both that have been filmed in Burbank, California. And this fool is the mayor, and he's bending over. And not only is he letting someone smack him on his ass and spank his ass, it's a drag queen. You see how they're constantly forcing these freaks in the mainstream? Borat Zagdiev. He said, Jericho, did you know P. Diddy made a sexy time with Justin Bieber when he was still a young teenage boy? He must be Democrat like most chocolate-faced peoples, huh? Some of that gets lost in translation. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, P. Diddy is a fucking Democrat. Remember he did the vote or die campaign and he wasn't even registered to vote? Look at this bitch ass. What? Dog. That ain't happening. I'm not bending over. That's gross. As a straight man, and I'm sure as a gay man, bending over is part of the whole deal. But as a straight man, to even get into positions like that feels weird. Like for you to bend over and for this dude to spank your ass. That's the mayor of Burbank. Look at him. You're dressed like a female teacher on Casual Friday. A little shirt and tuck it in, some jeans and some chucks. Just real simple but cute. What, dog? Are you crazy? Holly Medici says the mayor of Burbank doesn't even hide that he's a socialist. He's in Southern California. He don't have to. He don't have to. He is in a safe space. I don't get that. I got to look this dude up because I need to know whether he's married to a man or not. Because he has a wedding ring on. But, nowadays that can mean anything. His name's Constantine Anthony. Mayor Anthony. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get down to spouse. Because if this sentence starts with Constantine Anthony is the first openly, oh yeah, it makes sense. Oh, so Margot Router is his wife, but they were married this year. So this is all new. This is new for me playing for this team. I'm used to playing for the other team. So they said, you want to be married, you got to get married. Maybe that's where the word mayor comes from. Married? No, that's not. I was wrong. That's stupid. Tough. Look at this. Look at his mannerisms. Look at that. Look at how feminine he looks and acts. That's feminine in itself. Well, just watch after. Clasp my hands on my chest. You're silly. You stop, you silly goose. Cease. Stop doing that, you silly goose. Cease and desist, silly. Oh, fuck. Pick, man. Margot probably still has a schlong. Oh, yeah. His wife got a big old fucking rubber bitch be good stick. She got that fat rubber dong for Constantine. But I honestly had to look up to see whether he was married to a man or a woman. That is disgusting. All right, I'll stop. Let me take that off the screen because I'm about to Yak. That was very disgusting. Come on. And no, not even having anything to do with gay or straight. You are the mayor. You can't be bending over having your ass spanked in public. You're supposed to be a leader. Nobody wants to see their leader have their ass spanked. Unless you're in Burbank, honey, then that's all we want to see. John Lammers Jr., thank you. He says, watch Top Boy. I'm saying brev and that. What, man? They fucking brev would do all what we do. Mr. Comic 2009. It's that Trump dance wiggling his fist. Yeah, man, it's hard to watch. As a quote unquote leader, you should never do that in public. What are you thinking? Are you thinking? I don't think he is. He's just like, look, I'm in California. I don't have to do shit as an elected official. Authentically Kennedy, what's up, mom to be? You're a short timer. Your time is shorter than a midget on his knees. We're what, halfway? Today the 15th. Yeah, we're exactly halfway through September. So you got 2 more weeks, then it's October. Blink a couple times, then it's Halloween. 1 more blink, it's Thanksgiving, and then great time to be alive. Authentically Kennedy, thank you. She says, hi, Jericho. Please get Streamlabs so we can send you uncensored super chats. I've been trying to send you one for the last 15 minutes, and YouTube won't let me. Anyways, I sent some love on Cash App. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been there before where you want to say something, and then they say no. So you're like, all right, here, let me fucking change that. Put a symbol instead of a letter. No. And then you got to change that shit. I get it. Streamlabs. You know what you got to do, Authentically Kennedy? You got to send me a link. Speaking of links, here's a link. Here's a link for that ass. Be like Authentically Kennedy. Mother to be. If you can't trust a mother to be, who can you trust? Hubba, hubba, hubba. Money, money, money. Who do you trust? What movie is that from? Be like her. Show some love on Cash App. Your money, your donations go from whatever you use, Cash App, PayPal, Super Chats, from them. They get their cut, fuckers. And then it comes to me, and then I put it into equipment in the studio in my life. Because as you know, this is it. There's no corporation I work for. There's no plan B. There's no, I'll go back to that. This is it. Thank you, guys. Betty Mosh. That was my alarm telling me I got to go pick up Junior. It's Friday. Him and his sister and he, whatever, they're not allowed to have electronics during the week. So Friday, when they get home from school, is when they're allowed to have it. So he's excited to get his iPad and play his little kid game that he plays. So I know as soon as I go pick him up, I guarantee you, if I had a GoPro, I'd put it on. I guarantee you, the first thing my son is going to ask is if he can play his iPad when he gets home. He won't say, hi, hey, Dad. He's going to run, jump in the air. I'm going to catch him. He's going to say, Dad, when I get home, can I play with my iPad? I know it. I guarantee it. I'll let you know tomorrow if I was right. But if I know Junior, if I know that boy, I know him. That's the first thing he's going to say. See, go this. Get this fucking punk ass mayor out of here. What are you doing? Getting spanked up in public. You're the mayor. What's wrong with you? But that's what happens when they're in that echo chamber. You're a politician in Southern California. You are firmly hooked up to the communist machine. You will say all of the things they want you to say. You will do all of the things that they want you to do. You will implement all of the policies, even if your constituents are saying, please, no. So, of course, he's not going to say anything wrong with that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with getting my ass spanked a little bit? You should see what happens at these parties that the tax dollars pay for. This is lightweight stuff. At one of these parties, that paddle would be up my, oh, never mind, I forgot. It's microphone still on. These people are crazy, dog. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? I mean, if I don't find it here, you can probably find it anywhere because it's a pretty big story. Here it is. So, the Longhorns, Texas Longhorns were playing Alabama this weekend, and Texas won, apparently, or this people wouldn't be saying this shit. Texas versus Alabama. So Texas won by 10 points. Strange landscape when Alabama's not blowing the doors off of everybody. But this Texas Longhorns beat Alabama in Alabama by 10 points. That's getting smoked. You know, in college, you lost by 2 scores. So some of the players are on the sidelines dancing, and they're taunting the crowd. That's what you do. I've been to plenty of football games. We yell shit at the players all the time. And so sometimes they yell shit back. And so these guys, obviously the Alabama fans are mad, and the Texas players smell blood in the water. So they start taunting them. They start dancing around and shit, doing the Texas Longhorn symbol. They're fucking with them. A large part of attending a sporting event is being fucked with if your team is losing, and being able to fuck with other people when their team is losing. It's called shit talking. Well, these guys are yelling at these players, go back to the projects, you faggots. That's what they keep saying in the video. So, of course, the people in the video taking the video are probably white, and these players are clearly black. So what does it mean? Oh, it's racist, and this is terrible. And this is how it is to be black and American. I'm not surprised. This shit happens all the time. It's racist. No, it's not. It's called sports. If you're a player, you get shit talked to you all the time when you go to the other team's home field. I've been in a football game where we had shit thrown at us going back to the bus to leave. Watsonville High School, you savages. Yes, go back to the projects, faggots. Those are hurtful words. Obviously, they don't give a shit because they're winning. The more shit that those people talk in the stands, the more those players are going to fuck with them because they can. And that's part of it. Have you people never been on a playground before? So without further racist ado, here's what happened. So those are the players. Here's what they said.
Back to the projects. Fucking faggots. You guys are all faggots. Go back to the projects, faggots. Go back to the projects.
The players.
Faggots. Go back to the projects.
The players clearly don't care. Players don't give a shit because they won. They're winning the game. It's over. Go back to the projects, faggots. On the scale of, on the shit talking Richter scale, that's not that bad. There are plenty of other racist things those people could have said that would have stung more than go back to the projects. That was kind of lightweight. Is this the pussy world they want us to live in? Go back to where? Who fucking cares? And they won? Those people's words mean nothing. In this day and age, in America 2023, where racism is dead and gone, we go every year, we leave flowers on the grave of racism in this country. These kids are going to have a great flight home and they're going to go back home and be welcomed with hordes of fans cheering them, and they're going to fuck all the college girls they want. They're going to work out, practice, and fuck. Do you think they care what some poor sports are yelling at them from the stands after they're smashing your team? Those kids are going to be sack deep in Texas college punani in less than 24 hours. Fucking stop. Shit's ridiculous. Why are they trying to turn us into vagines? Justin Roches, thank you. He says, using your money to shout out at Authentically Kennedy and her company. The beard oil is great. Thanks for the extras. Buy from her. Authentically Kennedy, will you please throw the website, your website, in the chat? And I can attest to it. She sent my family a bunch of cool shit. Soap, candles, and pencils, and all these, and a taser slash lighter, all made from sustainable ingredients, products, all sustainable products made from sustainable ingredients. How about that? loveofearthco.com, correct? Authentically Kennedy? There it is. Yes, guys, support, support, support. We must support each other. Thank you, Justin. It is Roches. Bam, bam. All right, so what I'm going to do is the topics that I didn't get to, I'm going to do videos about them today. So at least you'll get to hear my thoughts on them. But, you know, I got to go pick up Junior. And I don't think I'll be doing a live tomorrow because Junior has a soccer game. He did great last week. He scored 2 goals. My daughter's team, she didn't help or didn't score, but she did help. But they smashed their team 11-1. I mean, they beat the shit out of them. So, you know, hopefully more overwhelming victories this weekend. I will do those videos. I'm very excited to talk about them because it is some crazy shit. They took that island from those Italian people. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for everything. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. Hit that Teespring link to get some merch. I am Jericho Green. Man, out.